Hello, everyone, and welcome to our ATP and WTA 2026 season preview, where we are going to be breaking down what's in store for the ATP and WTA tours ahead in 2026. This includes making our Grand Slam champions prediction. We're going to be predicting our final eight at the end of season finals. And of course, we've got some truly bonkers out there wildcard predictions. I've already had a sneak peek, and I'm actually worried if Kim and Chris have already been on the vino, let's say. But yeah, do stick around to hear some of these because they are very, very special indeed. We're also going to be reflecting on our 2025 predictions. I'm not sure how long we're going to dwell on these because I guess maybe the less said the better, but we'll get on to those. We're going to be doing this for the WTA and ATP. And guys, we're coming off a nice festive break, Christmas. So I of course have to ask, how was everyone's Christmases? Did you enjoy yourselves?
Well, Kim, I was going to say, did you do your predictions on the mulled wine based on what you've put there?
Oh, yes. I mean, my predictions for what was it, the ATP finals were made on a bit of Rioja. So I think it's
Ah,
fair to say there
that
may have
explains a
been
lot.
some influencing factors over Christmas for these ones. I did eat the chocolate Santa as well from the quiz, I'm
Oh,
afraid, Chris.
the
I know
for
I
your
didn't
poor
win the quiz,
effort. Yes, we
but
did.
I ate it
Kim,
anyway.
We
Kim.
well, I hope you didn't eat it all in one go, Kim. That poor
Oh
chocolate
yeah.
Santa.
Oh, I did. I demolished it. But yeah, we hope all our listeners had a lovely festive period and whatever you were doing, if you were celebrating or not, we hope you had a nice, restful occasion. And a massive thank you to everyone who has donated to our crowdfunder over the Christmas break and prior to that. We're blown away by the amount that we've got to, and it's really, really fantastic. And just a massive thank you because we couldn't keep doing what we're doing without all your support. So if you would still like to support the crowdfund, it is still open. The link is in the description, and however large or small an amount you can give, it's hugely appreciated. The link is gofundme.com/tennis weekly 2026. And I may have had a bit of mulled wine, but I'm still able to recite the link, which is good. But yeah, thank you very much to everyone who has donated so far. We're very, very grateful as we head into the new year in a few days' time. And that brings us to today's episode because we are going to be predicting the 2026 season and also reflecting a little bit on our 2025 predictions because some of them aren't particularly looking that good in the light of day, are they? Joel, which you alluded to in the intro. So very much looking forward to some of those low lights, shall we say?
Certainly were a lot of lowlights based on the predictions I've seen here. Not to make it much worse for you both, but we have extended the categories of predictions for the year moving into 2026. So we've gone beyond the winners of the slams. We've also got, the breakthrough, the wild cards. We've actually tripled that category. So there's even more space for silliness, as we've discussed. We'll be doing this for the ATP First and then the WTA. And we have some extra fun categories that are specific to each of those. So look out for them and do let us know if you agree with us or if you disagree with us. And please try and word it in a friendly manner because I think based on what we have put, there might be plenty of room for disagreement.
Yes, definitely. And yeah, I mean, I'm already looking back at my predictions from last year on the ATP side of things. And I'm actually a little bit like, I can't do much worse, I think, than the set of predictions I had for ATP 2025. I mean, I'm just going to talk for myself here. My Grand Slam predictions last season, I had Alcaraz winning the Australian Open, Zverev winning the French Open, Djokovic winning Wimbledon, and I had Yannick Sinner winning the US Open. So
All
bit more
wrong.
room for improvement there, I
I mean,
think.
Kim, you should stay quite quiet here because I've just had a cheeky look as well. And
Yes,
Alex de
Kim.
Minaur, US Open champion.
Djokovic, double
Yeah,
Grand Slam champion. I don't know what I'm more shocked by.
I know. I mean, Djokovic did make the semis at all slams, but yeah, Alex de Minaur, US Open champion, he's not at that level yet. I don't know where that was coming from. But I mean, Chris, you had Casper Ruud to win the French.
I had him at the Australian Open final as well. I went too heavy on the Scandinavian. I think I've dialed that down this year. There were some positive signs though. Mensik, Kim, he had a great year. He was
my
breakthrough
player, and Fonseca was yours, Chris. That's a decent enough prediction. Although I was a bit critical of him early on.
He pulled through in the end.
Come good in the end.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yes.
But I have to say, our year-end number one, we all got it wrong. We all said Sinner, but it was by a knife edge, and we actually didn't know he was being banned in our defense. So maybe.
I think that deserves an asterisk.
Asterisk. Okay, thank you. We will definitely put that there. And finally, on our predictions from last year, Kim, would you like to say what your wild card was to remind our listeners?
It was more of a dream, actually. It was that Rafa would come out of retirement and win the French Open without dropping a set. Alas, that isn't going to happen. But
is that your prediction for this year? Yeah, always a dream.
We'll have to stay tuned to see if that's your wild card prediction for this year. I mean, I said it was also Nadal kind of themed. Alcaraz to do a Djokovic and bring Nadal into his player box.
Oh.
We did not get that, sadly. That felt like it was maybe plausible, but also completely not plausible at the same time.
Yeah, well, Rafa's had a second baby this year, hasn't he? I think so. He's probably got his hands full parenting and playing golf, but there's still time for that to happen yet. I mean, you had Nick Kyrgios to take Jannik Sinner out at Wimbledon, Chris.
I don't remember Nick at Wimbledon, actually. So,
Yeah, no. Grigor
Do you remember
Dimitrov
the build-up
almost
to
took him out,
Wimbledon? There was that... It was like, is he going to play? Is he going to commentate? He had that random theatre show, I think we were all getting.
Oh, he did, yes.
All those social posts for.
His podcast
nothing
live.
Nothing materialised, yeah.
No. Bit of a damp squib.
He didn't take out Jannik Sinner, did he? But maybe this year, who knows?
Maybe. Let's talk about 2026, because will Sinner and Alcaraz dominate again? Have we put them down in all our predictions? We're going to start with the Grand Slams, and we're going to go through each of our winners for each of those titles. So I'm going to ask you both in turn. I feel like we may have quite a limited window of names coming up here.
I want this to be so much more interesting than it is, Kim.
Well, the WTA
I can't do it. I just
Stay
can't do
tuned
it.
for the second half. WTA is far more exciting.
There's nothing stopping you from predicting Alex
didn't
Minaur
stop
career calendar Grand Slam.
Okay. Well, Joel, who have you got then? Do you want to tell us who your 4 Slam champs are going to be next year?
Sinner, Australian Open champion, Alcaraz, French Open Grand Slam champion, Sinner, Wimbledon Grand Slam champion, and then Sinner, US Open Grand Slam champion. So I'm going Jannik Sinner to win 3 of the 4 Grand Slams in 2026.
Funnily enough, I've gone for the same. I've gone Sinner 3 out of 4, but the one he's not winning is Wimbledon. Alcaraz is winning that one for me.
Okay.
He's going to reclaim his grass mantle. Chris, are you in agreement with us or anything different?
I'm maybe one permutation away. I've gone Sinner to win the first 2 slams of the year. I think his clay legs are going to kick in. I think Alcaraz, like you, Kim, he's going to reclaim his Wimbledon crown. And I think the US Open is also going to go the way of Alcaraz. So I think it's going to be a year of 2 halves, but they're splitting the slams for another season.
Okay, so who is going to end the year as world number 1? Who have we got out of the 2 of them?
I've gone the only one who could probably actually have an interesting answer to this, but I have gone the same. I've gone Jannik Sinner again. So I imagine if 3 went one way, you've also gone for Sinner, you too?
Yeah. It's a clean sweep for Jannik Sinner, end of year world number 1. I mean, it might change hands multiple times. Let's face it, as they're so close at the top. But I think Sinner will overall be the year end. So who's best of the rest then? Because, that's
this
basically
actually,
what everyone's playing for.
Interesting question, the best of the rest. Because, we did want to put some specific categories in for the ATP. And we did put who will finish number 3.
Probably the biggest question, actually.
It's probably the biggest, most intriguing question. Because obviously, Zverev is there at the moment, but he's closer to
number 1,000. Yeah.
So who do we think it is?
Surely no one put Zverev for this.
Well, I may have been on
Kim,
that Rioja again because
perhaps
I've gone for Zverev. Maybe I'm
no
being
chance. No chance.
creature of
Once
consistency.
those points come off from the Australian Open, there is no chance of this happening, Kim.
Yeah, but then I think he'll make the ground up over the rest of the year.
Mm,
Yeah,
okay.
I didn't believe enough in say Djokovic because I didn't think he'd be consistently playing on the tour and what have you.
Mm.
And then I wasn't Fritz, ADM, FAA that they weren't convincing me in their consistency.
So four slam
Perhaps.
semi-finals didn't convince you of consistency, Kim.
Well, yeah, but Djokovic has got to do that again to maintain
True.
that. And if he's not really playing much else, then you know. What have you got though, Chris? Then who's your number three?
Well, given how hard a time I'm giving you about this, I have actually gone for Novak Djokovic.
Oh, right.
Um,
Ooh.
yeah,
Okay.
I think he's going to go
If he's
one
going to play
up.
enough tournaments.
Bit of a
Well, he finished the year at
resurgence.
number 4 this year and only by a whisker. He was so close to number 3. Um, I don't necessarily think he's going to play more tournaments this year, but I do think that he did get better as the year went on. I think he will be able to, again, make semi-finals at slams. And if there is an upset, maybe he can capitalize on it. He didn't play the end of season finals. Maybe there's a chance, but I'm just so unconvinced by the rest. I think that's the broad theme here is that there's no one that I think is going to step up to that mantle. I think for me, it's more about Djokovic building on the great season he had this year.
In his, what is he going to be? 39 next May, I think. So, well, it depends physically how he gets on as well.
He's hobbling
Um,
to the US Olympics, isn't he, in LA? So he's got
he
plenty of
is.
time left until he's 40, Kim.
Fresh as a daisy next year, then. Joel, who have you got ending number three?
I'm going for one of my favorites. I'm going for Taylor Fritz. I do think he needs to have, as you mentioned, Kim, a little more consistency than he had this season. But I think he did have some great patches over 2025, and I do think he is a player who can kind of bring a very good level across all the surfaces. So I'm gonna go Taylor Fritz as my world number three.
Okay. Maybe he needs a bit more pizzazz in his year, which Chris
Mm.
was, I think, your
Yes, the energy
word
that
of the
I'm
year.
bringing, pizzazz, and maybe Taylor Fritz will be the man for that. I'm not sure, Kim, that Zverev will be.
No, maybe not. Okay, let's think who's going to be in the tour finals then. So we can expand the selection a little bit. Who are the final eight going to be in? Is it still in Italy next year?
Yes,
Or
it
has it moved?
is.
Yes, still going to be in Italy. Um, I've gone for. I'll lead with this one. I've gone for Sinner, Alcaraz, Zverev. Obviously, they're my top three. Djokovic. I don't think he's going to be dropping. I've gone for Medvedev appearing. I think he's going to have a bit of a
Mm.
renaissance. And I've gone Alex de Minaur, Fritz, and Fonseca making his debut. I'm
Oh,
getting on the hype
Oh,
train.
oh,
yes, Kim.
You have changed your tune massively
Well,
from 12
I
months ago.
I wanted to put a first timer in the final eight,
Okay.
and it was sort of a way up between him and Lerner Teen. So, yeah. What have you got though, Joel?
Well, I have got a first timer in there, but neither of those players. I'll get to that in a sec. I've got Sinner, Alcaraz, Fritz, Felix, FAA, Felix Auger-Aliassime, Casper Ruud, Daniel Medvedev, Jack Draper, and Alex de Minaur.
I mean, I
Ooh.
hope Draper makes it. I didn't want to tempt fate.
I think he would have made it if he
Mm,
didn't have an injury this season. I think just the level and how bad everyone was at any moment on the tour. I think he had a massive chance this year, but I think he's going to come back strong next year, and I think he's going to end in the top eight. So yeah, that's where I'm thinking.
So is Djokovic not making it because he is slipping out the top eight, or is just going to choose not to play? Is that
I
why he
mean,
didn't put him in there?
for me, I think I I will be very impressed if he can match the consistency he had at Grand Slams in 2026, and just sort of combining that with just not knowing how many kind of events he's going to play on the tour. I do think he's going to stick around to the Olympics, but I'm just not convinced the tour and the players around him are going to be, let's be honest, as bad as they were this season. I think they're going to up it, and I think that's going to make it, for me, more trickier for Djokovic to be in amongst it. So that's my thinking at the moment.
Okay. And Chris, who have you got? Anything to ruffle our final 8 feathers?
I've actually been remarkably boring. I think I've gone for almost exactly the same as last year. I think we did go for Draper. We did think he might make it last year. I have gone for him. I do think Alex de Minaur will be there again. I'm also on board with Ruud having a bit of a resurgence there. I've got Fritz, and then I've got Felix, Djokovic, Sinner, and Alcaraz. So, I mean, I can see all of these eventualities happening. The one I'm not convinced on is Medvedev that you've said, if I'm completely honest.
Oh, I just think he was quite consistent for a good few years. I just think he's too good a player to not have a bit of another crack at the dice, so to speak.
Another roll of the dice, is it, Kim?
Yeah, I think I messed up that one.
Crack of the knuckles.
Crack of the dice, why not? Okay, well, let's go on to our next category, because I don't know if this is a bit Western centric, but I think it's just because we go on about these number ones so much. But who's going to be US number 1, French number 1, and British number 1 male player at the end of 2026? Let's do US first. Joel.
Well, I've already said it. It's got to be Taylor Fritz for me. I know Ben Shelton's there or thereabouts, but I think for me, Taylor Fritz is going to be US number 1 by the end of the season.
I've seconded that. I agree. Chris?
I've gone. Actually, I just thought I'd put Casper Ruud for this. That's the next question. No, 2 questions down.
He's changing his nationality.
Well, it's very popular to do that now. I've gone for Ben Shelton, who I'm pretty sure is American still.
Okay. And French number 1, Joel?
This could be all over the shop, but I've gone with someone who's a bit of a joker, but actually I think plays very good tennis, and doesn't get a lot of credit, or maybe deserves more credit than he gets. I'm going Corentin Moutet.
Sorry, doesn't get enough credit. Okay. Goodness, the amount of attention that man
his tennis
gets.
Or his antics, yes.
I thought you were building up to a Rinderknecht there, if I'm honest. Okay. Or a Mannarino.
It's all very close, though. Yeah, I was looking at the points. Rinderknecht. Well, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not going to say any more names because they might come up, but yes. Moutet.
Chris, who are you going for then?
Richard Gasquet.
I think he did play a UTS event this year. I've gone for Fils. I have indeed. I think he will come back, and I've always been a big advocate of how good he could be. So hopefully the injury is a thing of the past, and he's going to be back up where he belongs.
Yes, he was scuppered by injury, wasn't he, at the French onwards. I've gone for Hugo Humbert.
Yes.
Fresh off a chat with him at the UTS, I would like to see him rise up again. And I did put possibly Fils though as a sort of nod to that, but I think one of those two.
No one's saying Pericard, which I found quite interesting.
I've not heard much from him recently.
Yeah.
There's so many to choose
he's so
from.
One-dimensional.
Yeah, he's a bit
probably
of
one of the
one-trick pony.
Yeah, the least effective returners on the tour, I would say.
Yeah. Okay. Last but not least, British number 1 for the men.
Quite a big one. Also, can we just have a second to think about how unserious us predicting the French number 1 is, given how much we talk about it on the podcast? But we all took that far too seriously, I think.
We did.
French number 1.
It was only supposed to be a joke.
Yeah.
Very invested though in the careers of them. I mean, I'd like to see Mannarino up there. Who doesn't at his age? But
we want a contest no matter what.
Yeah, we want them to be battling it out on the clay at Roland Garros for the coveted position. Okay, British number 1. Are we all going Jack Draper, or do you think there's going to be a spanner in the works somewhere?
I've not gone for Draper.
Oh no! Come on, Chris.
I have. Joel, I think
even if he doesn't play like the whole season, he's going to be British number 1.
Really? I've gone I've gone Cam Norrie, but I was tossing up between Jack and Pennington Jones. I did think
what
there was
Ollie Tarvett.
I thought you might predict him, Kim.
Might as well throw in Jan Choinski if we're at it, and Billy Harris.
Well, I mean, we talked about the possibilities for French number 1. There are many to choose from, but I think Norrie, beat Alcaraz in a widely mocked loss that Joel likes to bring up. But I think he was building a great season, so I think I'm going to go for the fact that he's least likely to be derailed again by injury. I think in the form he's in, I think Draper is hard to know. It's really hard to know where he'll be at. Obviously, he pulled out of the exhibition he was going to play at UTS. We haven't heard much from him. I'm not convinced he's going to play a full season.
Yeah, that is the doubt in the mind, isn't it? The injury with Draper,
Not
but
the
otherwise,
ability, right?
Norrie is waiting in the wings. So yeah, he's a worthy
Always the
British number one.
bridesmaid.
Oh, okay. Someone who's never been a bridesmaid, Novak Djokovic. Is he going to win a slam? Yes or no? 2026. I think we've all but no because
Well, you said two last year. You've taken two
we
away from him, Kim.
we've only predicted Sinner and Alcaraz for slam, so that's a no across the board. That was a
In
category.
2026, though.
Yes, they could still get 25, number 25
Yes.
at some point down the line. Okay, now let's think about players who are going to be having a bit of a rise up the rankings, doing well, maybe career high or getting back to where they were before. Who have you got down for this? You can have maybe 3, 4, 5 players, maybe. Chris, I'm going to come to you first.
I have gone very predictably for Casper Ruud. I do think he's going to get himself back into the top 10 proper. And I also put Tommy Paul because he was, again, injury did take away a part of his season. He was so good for that period, kind of going into the French. I really thought he was going to do something special this year and maybe even become the American number one. And then having witnessed in the last few weeks, Ugo Humbert on a indoor hardcourt, I mean, he is lethal with the precision of his hitting. And I think he deserves a better career high than he's had because he is just a real talent when it comes to shot making. So I've gone for those 3 names.
Nice. Yeah, I can see that. Definitely. Joel, anyone there that matches? Have you got anyone different?
Yeah, I mean, we've mentioned Ruud and Medvedev. I've got 3 other names I would also add into the mix. One is a bit more hopeful, I think, than maybe the other 2. Or maybe they're all hopeful. I've gone for Andrei Rublev, Francis Tiafoe, and Cerundolo from Argentina. Yeah, I mean, Rublev and Tiafoe have fallen down the tree. And I think they can kind of climb back up it in 2026. They've fallen quite far down, but I think, Tiafoe's obviously changed up his team. I think Rublev is going to be as motivated as ever. And then, from what I've seen recently of Cerundolo, I think he's just very good. I think he can play a very good brand of tennis, very solid brand of tennis on like all court surfaces again, not just a clay court player. So, yeah, I'm going to go with those 3.
He is number 16 in the world, Rublev, going into the season. Obviously lower for him, but still not.
I think Rublev could get back
season.
into the top 10, possibly.
Top 10?
Alternate for end of season finals.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he made the tour finals, but he should be in that conversation. I think that should be one of his objectives for the season.
Right, come on, Kim. Who have you got? This is where you can have some real fun.
I've gone for Medvedev, as I alluded to earlier. I think he will return to form and win some titles, and his ranking will rise again. Fonseca, obviously, I've put him in my top 8, so he will be going up. Teen as well, I think, is bound to improve further. And I've gone for Gabriel Diallo to make the top 20. I think he made some inroads this year, and I think another top Canadian to go into the mix. But I would still like FAA to be up there as well. I would like him to remain Canadian number 1. I think those 4.
Three Canadians possibly top 20. I could see Shapovalov, FAA, Diallo. That'd be quite tasty.
Davis Cup finals are calling.
Yeah, someone's got to stop Italy, haven't they?
Yeah.
Okay, who's going down though? Who is not going to have the best season for whatever reason it may be? Joel, who have you got?
Well, I have to start with Zverev. Once those Australian Open finalist points come off, he's going to be going down the rankings. I just can't see how he's going to get back to where he's been at the majority of this season. I feel like he's lived quite a prized life at number 3 this season. It's almost kind of felt like not right at times, given the tennis he has played. So I'm going to Zverev. Tsitsipas, I think, is one of those players from that generation I just can't see making a move back up the rankings. And And a player who I think's played very well over the last couple of seasons, but maybe I'm expecting a slight dip this season is Musetti. I'm envisaging some players are gonna surge back up, and I think Musetti might be one of those players who will have to make a move for them. So yeah, those are who I'm going for: Zverev, Tsitsipas, Musetti.
I think Musetti's got two kids now, isn't he? Maybe that's gonna throw a spanner in the works, throw him off his tennis. Chris, what about you? Who have you got?
I can't believe this. I wrote the exact same names as Joel in that
Oh my
exact
gosh.
order. Tsitsipas, Musetti, and Zverev.
Harmony at Tennis Weekly.
And almost for the exact same reasons. The only other name I was considering that didn't put down that I'm offering purely because Joel has quite literally taken the names out of my mouth is I have a question mark about Bublik as to how he'll be able to back up such a big season.
Yeah, we've not mentioned him at all.
We haven't put him in our finalists for the ATP finals. We haven't gone that far with it, but maybe he is underrated in that sense. But at the same time, we do see the sort of breakthrough seasons where obviously he's been around for a long time, but will he be able to maintain that level? The rigors of the tour. That's a question mark I have. Always got the talent. Does he have the commitment? At the moment, he does. But I mean, he is at a career high. Hard to know.
Okay, well, I've gone for two very different players to you. I've gone for
You've gone
Flavio.
Djokovic again, no?
No, I've gone for Flavio Caboli. I just think he's had a really good season this year, quite consistent. But I feel like that was a great season, and will he be able to back it up and push on? So I kind of feel like he's going to just drop down. And I've Valentin Vachereau. I know he had that dream week in Shanghai, but again, I sort of think, flash in the pan. Can't see him maybe staying up there. Very negative of me. I'm not giving him a chance, am I? But they were the two names that sprang to my mind when tasked with that category. So listeners, let us know what you think.
What about his cousin, Rinderknech? Will he be rising up? Could you add him to that category for you, Kim?
I think he'll sort of stay where he is, but kind of
top 30, might get seeded at a slam.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to look at one to watch now. So this could be someone who you just want to support and watch throughout the year, or you think is going to be like the trailblazer or the most exciting player on tour, or perhaps a dark horse. It's quite an open category. Joel, who have you got for this one?
So I've got a couple of names. One player we just mentioned, and that's Alexander Bublik, because he's just even though he's had a great season this year, I still have no idea what he's going to be able to do. And the fact that he can pull out performances like he did against Yannick Sinner, when he defeated him in Halle, just regardless of where he is in the world, what level of tournament he is playing, Grand Slam to 250, I think you just have to watch him because he's just so unpredictable still. And one other player I'm going to add who hasn't really had the greatest of seasons in 2025, and I don't even know if he's going to be able to come back and reach the heights he has been on the tour in 2026, but it's Hubert Hurkacz. He sort of hasn't played, I think, for like the majority of the season. He's down in the rankings, undeniable talent. He's had pedigree at Grand Slams before, he's reached quarterfinal of Australian Open, semi-final of Wimbledon. So again, a player who, might find it tough trying to rise back up, but I'm interested to see how he does.
Interesting, Joel, that for your one to watch, you put down two names. Just putting it out there.
Well, it's hard to split them, but I would say
Alexander. Save a name for me, Joel.
One to watch.
Alexander Hurkacz.
Alexander Hurkacz.
Chris, does that mean you've just got the one for us?
Well, I had one, and Joel's already said that one, so I put Hurkacz thinking I'd done something brilliant there. But I will scupper that. That can go because I feel like we can't all kind of cross-pollinate our answers. I'm going to say Berrettini, inspired by the Davis Cup success. We did allude to that earlier in the season last year. Maybe that would be the thing that lifted him. They did win, and I'm fascinated to see if he can get a clean season and if he can do something at Wimbledon. I think there's always that question mark of if he can do it again. So I'm watching him.
Nice. Yeah, he did. I did think about him when we were doing these categories, but I didn't actively put him down. But a great shout. I've gone for Gael Monfils in his
Oh,
final
yes.
season. I think
Very good.
we'll expect some showmanship, some fun, hopefully some great matches, and yeah, just sort of the last year to appreciate his talent on the court and yeah, everything he brings to the game. But I did also want to give a special mention to Jaume Munar because I of course will be following him throughout the year as well.
It's been probably the longest we've had in a while before you got a Jaume Munar in there, Kim.
Yes, for the bingo, I had to give it to our listeners. But yeah, he's made it, and I won't mention him again. My lips are sealed. Let's now look at our next category: first time winner. So, first time winning a ATP title this year or next year, I should say. It's always that weird period between Christmas and New Year where you just don't know whether to say this year, next year. Chris, who have you got for first time winner?
Well, I've gone with the Danes. I've gone for Elmer Muller. I think he's going to do something. He's won a lot of challenger titles. He just picked one up towards the end of last year. So, or this year, as we say. I think he's going to do it. I think he's going to make the break to possibly not the biggest one. I'm thinking it could be Bucharest, something like that. But I think he'll sneak one, and I think
More of a budget field, but it's
yeah.
still a title.
I didn't say that, Kim, you did, but Tyriak is not happy with that comment, Kim.
Sorry, I take it back. But we all know there are some draws that are stronger than others.
A favourable draw in a less popular tournament location and time of year. Yes.
Yes, but it all counts. It doesn't matter. I've gone for Alex. I was going to say Alex de Minaur. He's won titles. ADF Alejandro Davidovich Fokina to finally get a title because he's come ever so close.
A point away.
Him to finally get the job done. So whether it happens, I don't know, but this is kind of, I would like it to happen. And I think, he's up at his highest ever ranking. Like I think he deserves a title to come at some point. So let's see. Joel, who have you got for this one?
I put Thomas Echeverry. Kind of surprising he doesn't have a tour title already, but again, a player who's proven it and brought it at Grand Slams, but again, a title has eluded him. There's so many clay tournaments as well on the tour. You just think that there's one potentially in the offing for him, regardless of
Golden Swing. Do we think, Joel?
Exactly. You normally get some out there results on the Golden Swing. So yeah, going Thomas Echeverry.
Okay, so Echeverry, Davidovich Fokina, and Elmer Muller. Let's see if that happens. And finally, to end the ATP preview, we've got some wild card predictions. So this can be anything that you think might happen in the year that you just want to get in there, maybe surprise our listeners. Let's see what we've got for this one. Chris, what came to mind when you were thinking about out there predictions?
Well, we're putting 3 down. I have Felix Auger-Aliassime to be the only player, not Alcaraz or Sinner, to make a slam final.
Ooh,
and I think it might be...
Which slam?
I put brackets clay ? So I'm thinking the French Open. That's a bit out there. That's a bit out there for many reasons. I put one that's slightly negative, so I have to apologise to Alex de Minaur. I do think he's going to be in a winning position against Sinner or Alcaraz in Australia, and then it runs away from him. And I have Casper Ruud will make the second week of Wimbledon.
Love it. And I think they're all plausible, actually. I can see them all potentially happening.
Are they not wild enough?
Make a final.
Can you go wilder, Kim, than me then?
Oh, I don't know how wild mine are. I've gone for, again, I think some of these are wishful thinking, but Grigor Dimitrov to make the Wimbledon semis. I think after last year, his awful injury, I'd like him to do really well at Wimbledon, especially.
Just the semi-finals, no further.
Well, I mean, he'd be welcome to go further, but
at least to semis.
Pragmatism, yeah. And I've gone for Jacob Fernie to break the top 50. I could see that happening, but I don't think.
Very easily, Kim.
Are you sure he's not been there?
I don't think so, okay. But I don't think he's gonna, go much higher. But Well, I had to put in a Brit, I think. And I've gone for not all Grand Slam finals will feature the top two rogue Czech finalists, e.g. Lehečka or Mensik. So that's my
I can't see it.
finalist
see it.
prediction.
Just to say, Kim, this is iconic. His career high is 49. Jacob
Oh
Fernley.
no. Okay. Oh, listeners, I do apologize.
He's going to break top 40.
Top 40.
He's going to break top 45.
Yeah, you're gonna have to make it punchier.
Do you know, I crossed this out, but Kim, I actually think Fernley. I know Chris has been having a bit of a love-in with Cam Norrie, but I think Fernley's going to cement himself as the British number 2 this season.
Not a chance.
After Draper.
Norrie has just beaten Carlos Alcaraz, world number 1.
I know. He reached the final in Metz as well.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So, yeah.
The Metz
let
Slam.
them fight it
Back in
out.
Fernley,
Let them improve each other.
This could be a narrative listeners can enjoy for the next year. Fernley versus Norrie debate. Our American audience will love it.
I'll add in a random. I think Gael Monfils will win a title in his final year again.
Oh, nice.
I think I'll throw that in there as my one to replace Fernley.
Very nice.
But Joel, who have you got? Tell us. Have you got wilder predictions than those ones?
I'm going to cross this one out because I don't think this is that wild, because we're just going to have Sinner and Alcaraz at all the Slam finals this year. But that is not wild and outlandish enough.
No.
So we're gonna bin that one off. I've got Andy Murray is going to coach again. Not sure who it is, but I think just because of how not great that experience was, I think, with Novak Djokovic, I think maybe it leaves a bit of a sour taste in the mouth, and I wonder if he's going to get back on it with a different approach, perhaps. But I can see him, coaching a player in some sort of capacity. Not sure who.
Men's or women's? What are you thinking?
I could see it. Could see it being a female player, but I don't know. Listeners, let us know if you think Andy Murray is going to coach again. Who would you like to see him coach? But I think he's going to be back in some sort of coaching capacity as one. Nick Kyrgios to make the second week of a Grand Slam.
Oh dear
is
me!
My second prediction.
Right.
Probably Wimbledon is where he's got the best chance of doing that. And my final prediction is Benjamin Bonzi to beat Daniel Medvedev in a Grand Slam again.
Yeah, it's a foregone conclusion at this point.
I mean, that's just guaranteed, isn't it? Now, love it. Oh well, thank you, listeners. Let us know what you thought of all of those. Are we completely off the beaten track? Are we wild, or are we?
Let us know your wildcard predictions.
Well, yeah, and let us know who you think's finishing number 3 in the world, or will Djokovic
French
finish
number 1, please.
We'd love to hear them all. So do contact us on social media and let us know your thoughts, or on YouTube, wherever you're watching or listening. Let us know, because we'd love to hear it. And we'll be back shortly with our WTA preview as well. And now let's dive into WTA 2026 and apply the same logic as we did to the ATP. But first, we do need to look back on last year's preview, see how much of that we got right versus wrong. Just looking now at some of our Grand Slam champions, there's a few in there that was partially not too far off, but also we definitely all thought Mukova was winning a slam, didn't we?
We did. We all had Mukova. Kim, you and I had Gauff winning the Australian Open, but she did win a slam, so that's something.
And Kim, you got Gauff in the final of the French Open, so definite credit there, because we did not get that.
We all got. Me and Joel got Swiatek winning a slam, but we thought it was the French, not Wimbledon. I got Sabalenka winning the US. I think that's the only one that we actually got correct.
I definitely did terribly. I thought Sabalenka was going to win the AO. I thought she was going to win Wimbledon. Swiatek for the French. Mukova US Open final champion. Yeah.
She lost a set to Venus Williams.
No, sorry, Mukova. I did get one kind of fairly okay. Breakthrough player. I put Sonny Cartel. She did do very well, especially at Wimbledon. Yeah. So quite pleased with that one. Chris, you put Maya Joint. She definitely broke through.
I'll take
Less
it, Kim.
said about
Anything?
mine again, the better.
Yeah. Who was your breakthrough, Joel? Do you want to
I put
share?
Robin Montgomery,
Oh,
and
wow.
yeah,
Hmm.
I mean I mean she
Hasn't
what?
quite made her stamp on
No,
the tour
Not
I'm
yet.
just
exactly a
curiously
household
just seeing
name.
what her results on the tour have been this year. But yeah, not incredible.
So room to improve is
Room
the
to improve.
message.
Yes.
We did get
Yes.
world number one right though, Joel. So you can look up at that because Kim went for Goff. So that's something we can hold on to. And
Yes.
on the wild card predictions, I mean, I had Diana Schneider Grand Slam champion.
That's amazing.
That
I
did
had
not
Katie Boulter
happen.
making a Wimbledon
Oh.
semi-final,
Wait, Joel,
but Solana Sierra put a stop to that.
yeah, she really
This
did.
well, I remember
That
when I said
happened.
this, but this isn't a wild card prediction, is it?
Not really.
No.
But she did have a great
So
AO.
yeah,
So yeah, you
yeah.
can have that. So room
Paola
to improve,
Badosa.
but not
Hmm.
appalling. Our predictions for
No.
the year.
Well, let's hope we can improve for 2026. So let's dive into those ones now. So yeah, who are going to be our 4 slam winners? Bit more open than the men's, it's fair to say. Will we have 4 different names? Well, let's see. Chris, I'm going to ask you first of all for your women's slam champs.
Right, here we go. I've got Rybakina winning the Australian Open. The French Open, I have Iga winning. At Wimbledon, I think Anisimova is going to get that result, reverse the final. And then I have Sabalenka reclaiming her US Open champion title once again.
Okay, so 4 different winners.
Yes.
I will go next. I will say Anisimova for AO. I do think Slam is in her midst this year, or next year. Oh, Iga is getting the French. She's going to be back to dominate on the clay. Strawberries and pasta. We'll have to celebrate with that. Wimbledon, Sabalenka is finally going to get it done there, I think. And the US Open, she's defending as well. So I've gone 2 slams for Sabalenka. She's going to have a better season than even this year.
I would quite like to see that though, Kim. I think that would be a relief if she gets the 2 wins for everyone watching as well at home.
Yes, I think so. Joel, how have you gone for your slam champs?
Yeah, I've gone Rybakina AO champion, Sabalenka French Open champion, Anisimova Wimbledon champion, Naomi Osaka US Open
Oh,
champion. I'm not predicting
Okay.
Iga Swiatek to win a Grand Slam in 2026. It's just so competitive. I just had a really hard time seeing where it was. But at the same time, I mean, it just came out of nowhere, I feel like, this year with Wimbledon. So, you know, it could happen, but I'm not predicting it.
Okay, but we've all gone Anisimova then to win a slam. You've both gone Rybakina for the AO, I guess, fresh off the WTA finals win, taking that form into the new season. And yeah, Sabalenka also in there for everyone. So who's finishing world number 1 after that season? We all
Yeah, it's got to, for me, it's
sticking
Sabalenka.
with
It's
Sabalenka. Yeah.
so far ahead, I think, that even if she can afford to maybe have a couple of blips, but yeah, I'm going Sabalenka.
well, it's based on the
I-
whole year, Joel. That's how it works. So
I
it doesn't
know,
matter
I know.
what points you have now, you know. It matters for our next question, but I also did go Sabalenka.
Me too. That's 3 of us then. But how many world number 1s will there be? Is it going to be a topsy-turvy season? Is she going to dominate?
Has anyone gone for
Joel?
more than 1?
I haven't.
I haven't.
I've gone for 3.
3.
Whoa!
Who are the other 2 then? Tell
Um,
us.
Well, that's a great question, Kim.
You haven't worked it out yet.
I'm tossing up between. I'm going to say Rybakina. No, I'm trying to think where the points are. Rybakina, Swiatek are going to be the other 2.
Okay.
Mm,
Not
okay.
Anisimova with a slam.
I was
under her
thinking
belt?
she's got 1,000 points to defend. You know, in I think it was in Doha where she won. I do think I'm saying if she's doing well early on, it could be possible. I can see her making 3 finals in a 12-month period. But I think it's going to be a bit of chop and change. But I think Sabalenka is going to get the US Open result. And I think that will decide, you know, if she can really say that she's still the world number 1. So I'm hoping it will be a bit more eventful than just one person throughout. That's where the men's is a bit more interesting. You have to give them that.
Yeah. Definitely. Okay, so who have we got at the WTA Tour Finals at the end of the season? Who is the final 8 gonna be? Joel, you go first.
I've got Sabalenka. This is not in the right order, but I've got Sabalenka, Swiatek, Rybakina, Anisimova, Gauff, Mira Andreeva, Osaka, and eking in there Belinda Bencic.
Ooh, okay. Well, she's not far off at the moment. Okay, I've gone quite similar. Sabalenka, Swiatek, Gauff, Anisimova, Hagula, Andreeva, Rybakina, and I've gone for Mboko as my sort of new final 8ist. Otherwise, we're very similar, Joel, I think. Chris, what about yourself?
I think I'm also very similar. I think we've all left out Paolini. I've got a Bencic in there, and I've got a Dane, of course, in Clara Towson. I think she has a chance to push on very high, close to the top 10 now. I wasn't as brave as you to go for Mboko. I went for someone who's had a few more seasons. Yeah.
Well, I've got to go bold or go home. We've all put Andreeva then, have we? But we're not picking her to win a slam.
I haven't put her.
No. Oh, you haven't put her. Okay.
I think due to
push on.
errors on the team, she also will forget to play a tournament and won't qualify. That's my bold prediction. I've gone too early.
Oh, okay. Well, there's one player that we, can't not talk about. She's sort of evolved away, but we are wondering if she might evolve back. Is Serena going to be coming back in 2026? If she does, how? Where will this be and how? Chris, what do you think? I know you'd love to see it. I mean, I think we all would, but
I would love to see it. I can't think why one would subject themselves to whereabouts testing if they had no intention of it. So I think, although she's not saying she is coming back, I think it's to give herself the option, because my theory is she's in great shape at the moment, and she's like, you know what? Maybe I'm in better shape than I was a few years ago. So I think she's coming back in a similar way to what she did previously, and it's going to be the grass swing and the US swing. And I think that's what we're going to see her at.
We're going to see her at Eastbourne.
Eastbourne, could also be Nottingham. I think that's very likely. Or maybe even Ilkley, just get yourself on the court, hopefully a bit sooner than she did last time. So maybe do play one of the warm-up tournaments or multiple. I'd love to see it. It'd be fascinating. And I don't think it would tarnish the legacy, because I think it didn't necessarily go out in the best way. So maybe there is a little bit of room for a last evolution back.
Doubles or singles or both?
I really would love a reunion, but I do think she might focus on the doubles. I'm slightly thinking, depends on how that first initial singles bit would go. I think we're seeing Venus and Serena back on a doubles court at Wimbledon and the US Open for sure.
Yeah, that's what I put, ladies doubles with Venus at Wimbledon. But is this all part of a master plan for them to play the LA Olympics together?
Oh,
so
that would be the story from Compton. That would be incredible.
Yeah, I mean, that would be great.
So this is a Billie Jean King Cup comeback, is what you're saying?
Well, I think they just maybe start now and then do what they need to do to sort of logistically get into the Olympics.
That's also a great point, because Grand Slam champions do get offered there are a couple of spots for Grand Slam champions that Raducanu passed on and Wozniacki took. So watch this space. Kim, you're onto something.
Yeah.
Oh, Joel, what about yourself? How is she coming back? Or is she?
I think she is coming back, but I think the grass court season is too soon. She's going to come back at the US Open, not starting with the ladies doubles. She's going to be starting with that mixed doubles exhibition at the US Open in the fan week before the main draw starts. So I'm envisaging Serena Williams and Ben Shelton in the mixed doubles at the US Open. Honestly, event back.
Imagine if this was all just one big troll from Serena and she just registered just to get us thinking, get some headlines, get some promotion in for the Serena fashion line. She had us all fooled. We'll look back next year and think, what were we thinking?
Yes. Well, famous last words. Okay. Moving on from Serena, evolving away from Serena, let's think about who is going up in the rankings next year. I mean, I'll lead with this. I've said Mboko's making the top eight, so final eight. So I've got her as one of my players to rise up further. I've also gone for Alex Ayala. I think she's going to continue pushing on, and I'd love to see that. And I've also gone for Eva Jovic, who is still so very
Yep.
young and has already won a title on the tour. I think she is a good shout to go for. Chris, any of those names feature on your list?
I went for a group. I went for the Czechs. I think it's time that they probably get their hands on some more trophies. Probably so much talent.
USA pulling it away at the moment on the women's tour. It feels like.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, like Vondrousova, Krejcikova, Mukova, they are three of the best, most talented players on the tour. So I'd love them to be on the up. I do think Raducanu is going to continue on the up. I think she's building. I think she's got a very serious coach now and a serious relationship with that coach that I think means that we're going to get the best of Raducanu, or the best that we can see or expect from her. You know, we can't expect her to win Grand Slams without losing a set like she did before, but I think we're going to see some great results. And I've also put Donna Vekic because she actually kind of drifted away kind of into obscurity towards the end of the season, going out early in a 250. I think it was in Chennai maybe where she played. So I'd like to see her come back up. She's got more to give. She's still got the time. So let's give her another chance.
No, all good. And I'd love to see Donna Vekic back up there. I'd love to see her doing well on the grass, especially because we know that she does tend to excel there. Joel, who have you got? Who's on the up for you?
Yep, I agree with Chris. I've got Emma Raducanu on the list. I've mentioned this name before, Naomi Osaka. I think she's going to continue going back up the rankings. I expect to see her, famous last words, I expect to see her at the end of season WTA finals. And I put Yanis Chien as well in there, who had a very good season this year. And I think she's going to continue what she's doing.
She's going to be the Polish #1 by the end of the year.
Oh, yes. Janice Tien representing Poland. No, Indonesia, just to correct. I have learnt my lesson there. Okay, so on the flip side, who is going down in the rankings? Who's, kind of a bit of a slump season? Joel, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, similar reasons, I guess, for Lorenzo Musetti. I'm saying Jasmine Paolini. I just think maybe like through no fault of her own, I think she's played great tennis on the tour over the last couple of seasons, very consistent, reaching the singles and doubles, end of season finals. That is an impressive accomplishment. But, it's very, very competitive at the top. And I think Paolini might be one to make way, as is, and I hate to say this because another very consistent performer, Jessica Pegula.
Oh, Joel.
Yes, I know. I'm
like a bit of JPEG.
I love a bit of JPEG, but I just wonder, there are too many players at that top who have lots of different weapons. And I look at JPEG and I just feel like she always, maybe this is a bit harsh, but she's at her best to make the most of when her opponents maybe aren't at their best. And she's like an opportunist, I think, in that respect. So I'm gonna say JPEG and Paolini are moving down the rankings to make way.
Is it more Doritos at midnight then for JPEG or whatever it was that she did that time? Okay. Let's see. I have gone for Paolini as well. I think she sadly isn't going to have the season like she did. 2024 was her year, wasn't it? I think she's going the other way, sadly. I've gone for Keys and Navarro as well, two Americans that I just don't see featuring at the latter stages so much. I think Madison Keys had her moment at the AO 2025, and I don't think we're going to see it again, sadly. I don't think she's going to be defending her title. So she will be obviously losing ranking points as a result. Chris, who have you got?
Quite similar. I've gone Keys, I've gone Navarro, and I've also gone for Alexandrova because she's right up there in the rankings. She had a great season, but I do think it's probably a peak for her. She finished the year at number 10. That's huge, but I'm not sure where she can go above that. I think the mentality sometimes isn't always great. So for me, I also kind of put her in that list of players that I think might be surpassed by some of the other sort of more consistent and maybe just higher caliber players for without a better way of putting it.
Yeah, agree. And okay, who's your one to watch for
one
next season?
to watch?
Okay,
Joel.
I only
Just
have one name.
Player.
I only have one name this time, and it's a very interesting, exciting up and comer on the tour. Really interested to see how they do. Venus Williams.
Is she a junior? Is she
not sure I know her.
Hot prospect on the tour.
Yeah.
No, I think we should just kind of cherish every moment we have watching Venus on a tennis court. We might get some kind of hints and clues, perhaps, to what Serena might be doing as well. And we know that we're gonna see her back on a court very, very soon. So yeah, I'm gonna go Venus Williams.
Nice, love it. I've gone for the other end of the scale, someone who could probably be her, even her granddaughter, maybe. Eva Jovic.
Her
I said her earlier.
Kim.
I mean, it's possible mathematically, I think. But yeah, Jovic, I think, really young, exciting prospect, kind of coming out of juniors straight onto the adult tour already, quite, established just as a starting point for the year. I think definitely one to watch. And Chris, last but not least.
Well, I've gone for Zeynep Somnez.
Okay.
A player that we don't often mention, but I think with Ons Jabeur's coach in her corner and Ons Jabeur acting as her mentor, I think it's going to be a really big season for her. So it's one to watch where she can go. And I think players like her don't tend to always get the funding. And so with the support and funding, maybe we can see something special. And also I wanted to show off because I thought you'd go for very obvious answers, you two. So I thought this was my chance for a WTA deep cut to reclaim my territory.
You've definitely gone niche. And also I've just done the maths, and granddaughter would be a real stretch. So apologies. I think I was adding another decade on there. Okay, moving on.
It's not that old, Kim.
No, I know. Okay, first time winner.
Mother, you could say, yeah, at stretch.
Yeah, mother definitely, grandmother,
auntie.
Yeah, so apologies to both of them. First time winner. Who's picking up their first WTA title? Joel.
Well, another player I didn't realise has not won on the WTA tour proper, and she's an Australian Open quarterfinalist, is Anna Kalinskaya. So
yeah, that's a good
why
shout.
has that not happened yet? It's only a matter of time. So I'm going Kalinskaya.
Okay. I can see that happening, to be fair. Definite contender. I've gone for someone who I thought had won a title already and got it wrong at the quiz. So Alex Ayala to win a proper WTA title and not a 125K, which I think still kind of counts, but at the quiz I wasn't allowed it. So I'm going to say Ayala.
Yes, you're allowed to say that, and hopefully that will happen.
Yeah.
I think I did come down a bit harsh on that one, but
that's okay. I forgive you.
Okay, good.
I ate my Santa, so it's okay.
You did. You did.
That was payback.
Yeah.
But Ayala not winning a 250. I was also going to say Kalinskaya, but I did have a backup because I thought that might be rather popular, and I'm going to go for another deep cut. I'm going Priscilla Hon. I think she's going to push through. She's approaching career high again. Had some pretty good form over in the US at the end of the year. So I want to look back at this, and the ones that I want to get right more than anything, a one to watch and first time winner, they are my Grand Slams for this one. So I'm quite happy with those.
Super duper. Okay. And finally,
oh God,
everyone, we have a wild card category. So 3 wild card predictions for the WTA in 2026. Oh, what have we got here, I wonder? Joel, do you want to kick us off?
I've actually got one in here I've been mulling over. I actually think it's too outlandish.
No, go big, Joel.
Oh, I have another. I've got one up my. I've got Tatiana Maria to defend her Queen's title from this year.
That is juicy.
From 2025. I've got, this is my WTA deep cut, Susan Lamens to reach.
I was waiting for that.
A Grand Slam.
Second week, okay.
Second week of a Grand Slam.
She's going to win a Grand Slam.
Which one. Not sure which one.
Surely Wimbledon.
We know you'll be delighted, Joel. Yes.
And And I have put Anna Samova to double bagel Swiatek at a Grand Slam for revenge. But I'm actually going to say something different. I'm going to say there's going to be a women's match in the night session at Roland Garros.
Oh,
Shut the front door. Really? Oh,
Yes. I'm backing it.
That really is a wild card prediction.
That's actually,
Wow,
to
that
be
is
honest, I
bold.
mean, sad state of affairs. It's actually probably more outlandish than Anna Samova to double bagel Swiatek at a slam.
It would take more than Boisson versus Sabalenka to make that happen. That's
It's
for
happening.
sure.
It's happening.
Tell that to Amelie Mauresmo. Well, I feel like mine are slightly less rogue in comparison.
I don't know about that, Kim.
I've gone for Anne Lee to make the quarterfinals at a slam. Of all the players, I think, yeah, she needs to make more of a.
So if
I
you
think she's made
just
the fourth round.
Not
That
stopped
could
drinking
happen.
since Christmas Day. Is this,
Maybe
is
I'll
this what's
make it the
happening here?
semi-finals.
You said there was going to be a women's match in the night session, Joel. So
Or it could be Anne Lee. There we go. Kill two birds with one stone there. Raducanu to possibly bin Francisco Roighoff by Indian Wells. I know you said she's got a serious coach. They're working well together, but she's had so much change. I'll know it when I'll believe it when I see it, kind of thing. And I think Samsonova is going to not win Wimbledon, which for long-time listeners, I once upon a time predicted her to win Wimbledon, and I don't think it's happening yet. But 2027 may be her year.
right.
So that wasn't really bold, was it, that one? I ran out of ideas, so I went back
I
for
think
that one.
it's good to acknowledge that you are retracting that for this coming year.
Yes.
But make sure
I'll go on about it when it does happen.
Yes.
I will be fully invested.
and I will remind you that you said it was not going to happen. You did correct that.
Yes.
So
I'm thinking she made the quarters last year, semis this year.
win 2027.
So 2028 she will win.
Okay.
It'll be final
Okay.
27.
Coming into her
win.
prime in 3 years.
And then she'll do the Olympics, and it'll be it'll be a Wimbledon Olympic double.
Oh
no, she's not. Well, she'll have to represent someone else. She'll have to change her nationality.
Okay, so that could
Or
be your
neutral.
prediction.
Anyway,
Samsonova
I'm going off
to
on a
win the
tangent.
Olympics, having deferred to pick a nation. But I have also gone a bit rogue, Kim, not quite in the trenches like you were just then. I've gone for Elise Mertens saving 12 match points in a WTA match, going one better than the 11. I think that's highly possible. I also think that Emma Raducanu is going to make a Grand Slam semi-final, and I think it's going to be at Wimbledon.
That's spicy.
Oh,
I really do.
Too spicy.
And I think Serena Williams is going to win WTA Birmingham.
oh, singles.
I'm not going to commit to either.
Ooh.
Okay. Wow.
Like that.
Yeah, I think she's heading up to Birmingham, might pop into the bull ring and then walk away with a trophy. That's what I'm thinking. Again, varying levels of rogueness to all of these predictions, but either way, we have done it. We have got through it, and we have done our wildcard predictions.
And I wanted to ask you, as a final wildcard category, as it seems, everyone's doing it these days, who will be the next tennis player to start a podcast? Because there are an awful lot out there with ex and current players, even.
That's a
Any
good
ideas?
I have got some. I've got an idea. I've got an idea.
Go on.
Would you like to share?
In the Alex de Minaur and Katie Boulter, it's nailed on. They're going to get married, and then they're going to start a podcast, and it's going to be like his and hers life on the
Like
tour.
wife on tour.
Yeah,
They could do a sort of wedding behind the scenes of the wedding podcast as well. That would be quite nice.
and sell it to Hello Magazine.
What was your
Yes.
prediction for the location, Kim? You said
I
Italy,
think
did you?
Tuscany. Yeah, I'm sure they were checking out venues in Tuscany. So very nice indeed. I think Jem's Life could start a podcast. Once Monfils retires, he'll have some time on his hands. I think they could that could be quite fun.
That'd be a good one, wouldn't it? I would definitely listen. We love a bit of Jem's life at Tennis Weekly. I'm actually waiting for Holger Rune to do a podcast with the spare time he's going to have off not playing next year, because he is very busy in the gym at the moment. I'm a bit concerned. I'd like him to spend more time maybe reclining and just recording a podcast about the journey he's going on his road to recovery. I think that would be quite nice. I also had on my list, I do think Ange Jabeur would be really good. And like, the Minister of Happiness could be the name of the podcast and it could be very joyful. I think that would be really nice.
Mm.
And obviously she's having a baby, which is very exciting. That's a very nice story to tell as well. So they're sort of my two that I can really see kind of throwing their oar into the mix.
Mm. Yes, I agree. No, I think, yeah, they could all come at it with a slightly different angle, which
Or
is good.
Son Mez and Jabeur together doing a,
Yes.
a double whammy.
Definitely one to watch there. Okay. Well, we don't have long to wait till the new season because the United Cup gets underway on the 2nd of January. Got 18 countries down across Perth and Sydney. So, I mean, yeah, really not long to wait till it officially kicks off. Who are we predicting? Shall we make the very first sort of live prediction? Who's winning this one?
Oh, are we doing
I
winner of any
mean,
groups, or are we just going straight for the winner, Kim?
Oh, whatever you like.
I think USA are going to defend their title. Um, they're just very. I just feel like they're very, very strong.
Hmm.
Um, and I don't think there's much more to say about that. I mean, I think it'll be interesting to see what sort of GB turn up. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, I can't. It's hard to look past USA for me.
I definitely don't think Greece are going to be at the races. I think Canada would challenge Canada or USA for
And
me. I
Boko
think.
and Felix are playing together, so that could be very exciting to watch that. Um, I do think Maria Sakkari is not looking forward to see Emma Raducanu on a court because that head-to-head is very much in Emma's favour. I do think it's quite fun to get some of these big encounters early on. I'm looking forward to Osaka Raducanu. I think that will be enjoyable in the first week of the year. I think it is quite wide open though, as you've said. I think probably it's more of an even contest than we've seen before. Um, I am going to go for the Czechs. I think Krejcikova and Mensik are
Mm.
playing together, and I think that they're going to come away with the win. I think they're going to upset the US.
Okay. Well, it's all to play for, and it's a few days away. So I look forward to everyone going off down under and the season kickstarting, and we'll see if any of our predictions that we've just made come true in the new year.
Yes, indeed. And we've got lots and lots of content coming up with Tennis Weekly. We've got a tour catch up, our first tour catch up of the year coming up very soon. And of course, we're going to be getting into our Australian Open coverage. We'll be having a draw preview episode. And then for the first time in Tennis Weekly history, we're going to be doing daily episodes to cover the 2 weeks of the Australian Open. So do look out for those episodes. Of course, if you want to kind of refresh your memories on the 2025 season, we've done wrap up episodes for the ATP and WTA tours, as well as ATP and WTA quiz episodes. So on what platform you listen to us, if you just kind of scroll back, you will see those episodes. If you want to take a stroll down 2025 memory lane. But that is going to wrap it up for our 2026 preview here at Tennis Weekly HQ. We hope you've enjoyed the ride with us. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss a moment of action from the 2026 season. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and all your favorite podcasting platforms out there.
And if you love what you're hearing, then be sure to leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify and hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube.
And you can stay connected with us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, and Threads. And the handle for all of those is Tennis Weekly Pod. Normal scheduling does mean the mailbag is back. So we have one mailbag, I believe, before the Australian Open. So do get your questions in and we will make sure that we answer it. And there is still time to contribute to our crowdfund. That's something that you'll see in the description and we mentioned it in the upfront. That will be open for the duration of the Australian Open. So if you're enjoying our coverage, then please feel free to contribute. It would really be appreciated.
And we'll be back for our first tour catch up of the season of 2026. So I hope you can join us for that. But until then, it's goodbye from Kim.
Goodbye.
It's goodbye from Chris.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time on Tennis Weekly.